Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Bad boy. Slow Brandon right here. Day 26.
Alright, welcome. This is PrettyBoiCris. And as you know, there's only one PrettyBoiCris. This week's topic, I'm posting this for the men's room. It's week 4. I started a couple weeks late, so I might be still a week off, but it is what it is. It's about, transitioning and resources. So question 1. Well, I'll read off all the questions and I'll go about one by one. How do you go about finding resources for transitioning? How did you find resources in your area? What are your specific transition plans? How do you plan on achieving these plans? And what are your expectations for transitioning? So, question number 1. How do you go about finding resources for transitioning? Well, I'm sort of an independent thinker. I'm the kind of person that if I need something, I just go out and get it. So, when it came to finding resources for my transition, I sort of made Google my friend. Anything I could think of, I Googled. And then once I found like certain word combinations and certain things gave me better results, then I started Googling that more consistently. So yeah. How did you find resources in your area? Well, at the time when I started my transition, there was only really one clinic that was known to help people with their transition. And I didn't like how they went about things. I was in between insurance companies, so I started trying to research things for myself and try and find something closer to my area, closer to the part of the city that I lived in that would benefit me. So I looked around, I asked around. I know that endocrinologists usually prescribe hormones, so I just looked for endocrinologists in my area, and I just did that. When it came to surgery stuff, once again, the one surgeon in my area had recently changed his practice. Like there were some things going on with his practice, and then there were other options that I was trying to explore but just weren't working out. So I figured if I could find a surgeon that's specialized in gynecomastia and breast reduction, then I could get my top surgery done. So what I did was I looked for surgeons that had financing options and did, gynecomastia and stuff like that. And that's how I found the surgeon that I went with. And when I went to the surgeon's office, I asked them the questions, make sure they could do what I needed. And I'm like, yeah. So I went in for my consult as gynecomastia, but turned out, I let them know, look, this is a severe case of gynecomastia. Can you help me with this situation? And the surgeon was like, sure. And it worked out. So that's what happened. I'm the kind of person that if there isn't something readily available to me, I make it available to me. That's how I do things. What are your specific transition plans? Honestly, at this point, I have no further plans, so to speak, and just hear me out with this one. I consider myself post-transition. Hence the reason why I live stealth. Hence the reason why all of my videos have my face blacked out in them, and all you see is the lovely hat. So anything I do with my body from here on out, I would see just as maintenance or upgrade or just, but in terms of like transition specific stuff, nothing really. Like, hormones and surgery was my plan for transition, and I've been on hormones for a couple of years, had surgeries, and there's a couple of other things I might want to get done, especially as medical science advances. There might be more stuff that I want to do, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm set. There's more bottom modifications, to put it that way, that I would like to have done, but as time passes, things get better. That's what I continue doing, just build on and just make things bigger and better. So yeah. How do I plan on achieving these plans? Pretty much I've achieved the majority of the things that I want to achieve. Like I said, as science progresses, more stuff in terms of the genital area. So my phrase is pimp my crotch. So, as things upgrade, you gotta upgrade. Just for me, that's how I see it. So it's just an upgrade. But the way that I've achieved my plans is, finding a doctor to take T, having top surgery, pumping makes things, larger. I felt that I was a little blessed in that area, and then pumping enhanced what I was blessed with. So, yeah, that's how I've been achieving those plans. And last question, what are your expectations for transition? I have no expectations left. All of my expectations have been fulfilled. My expectation was to feel comfortable in my body and live as me, as truthfully and authentically as possible. And, just be able to be the kind of guy that I always saw myself as, just to be, a family man. So I guess all my expectations are met. So that's basically it. Don't get me wrong, with anything in life, everyone's a perfectionist. So no matter what you do, there's going to be something like, oh, well, this could have been a little better. Like, maybe my voice could be a little deeper. Maybe, I don't know, my scars could be straighter. Maybe my penis could be bigger. Like, there's all these things that you could expect, and in an idealistic situation, like, yes, this, and this. But to be realistic and to be honest, I am happy, and just going from there. And I see myself as not being caught in like a transition world, but just living life. And I think in terms of transition stuff and resources stuff, the only reason why I really think about it or focus on it or invest energy into it is to help other guys out, because there's a lot of pathways that I had to carve for myself to reach the goals that I wanted to reach and obtain the things that I wanted to obtain. So, and it was hard, and especially as a person of color, when it comes to surgery and certain things, there's different things to take into consideration. So I just wanted to pass on the knowledge I have to, other guys of color especially, but just other guys in general. So that's where my stuff comes from. So I still research stuff. Even though I've had top surgery, I'm always looking for ways to get top surgery covered by insurance, ways to get hysterectomies covered by insurance even after transition. So yeah, but definitely for those guys coming up, Men's Room is a great resource. I'm happy and very proud to be a part of this movement, because the Men's Room is a movement. If you don't know, now you know. Men's Room is a movement. So, mensroom.ning.com. That's the old one. It's upgraded now. It's men.ftmcommunity.com. And just get on board. For all you guys out there, get on board with the movement, or else you're gonna miss out. Men's Room, doing big things, resources and transitioning. This is the end for this one. And I had my shirt on.